Hello. I don't know if you can tell by my voice, but I got kind of sick on our cruise. I have kind of like a head cold. So I was craving this chicken noodle soup, so I made it for myself. I started by making these four chicken breasts in my pressure cooker, and I put 2 cups of water with chicken bouillon. I'm not going to use all the chicken for the chicken noodle soup. I'm going to use half. The other half, I'm going to make chicken tostadas. Next, I chopped up some vegetables, including 3 celery stalks, some baby carrots, and half an onion, and 3 garlic cloves. I use baby carrots because I find that the larger carrots are too sweet and they make my soup sweet. So I use these baby carrots, and plus I can use the leftovers just to munch on. So after 25 minutes, my chicken was done, and I can tell it was done because it breaks apart easily when I lift it up with a tongue and a fork. And this is the consistency that I like it to be at. And then next, I stir fried the vegetables just a little bit, just so that they don't lose their shape or fall apart easily in the soup. So I'm just going to fry them up a little bit with a little bit of olive oil. And it would help to turn on the stove, which I forgot to do. So after I turned it on and it was on for a few minutes, it got hot, and then I was able to fry up my vegetables. That happens when you haven't been cooking for a few days and you come back to cooking, you forget to turn on the stove. So I fried up the vegetables for about 6 or 7 minutes. Then I added some salt and the minced up garlic. And I should say that all three of us got sick in spite of washing our hands religiously and using hand sanitizer. So I think it's just something that happens when you go to an unknown environment. Anyway, then I added about another 2 to 4 cups of water. I added the shredded chicken, and then I added about 3/4 of the packet of the egg noodles. Added about, I would say, 2 cups of water first and then another two. So in total, about 6 cups of water. I like my soup to be a little thicker and hearty. If you like your soup a little more watery, you add more water. And then I added more salt because I added more liquid. So I decided to add chicken bouillon and salt. And I added first about half of this, which was about a tablespoon. And then I tasted it and I felt like it needed more salt. So I added the rest. And it came out okay for my taste. Then I added about a teaspoon of these thyme leaves. I feel like they give it a really good flavor for chicken noodle soup. Then I just started up and I let it simmer on really low for about 20 minutes. And then it was done. And as you can see in the pan behind, I made chicken tostadas for my husband because he does not like soup. So tell me, do you get sick when you go on vacation? Or if you don't, how do you avoid it?